Dragon Wings is an improvised story. If you're a new listener, make sure to go back to episode 1.
Dragon Wing!
Jacob, you start falling and you keep falling.
Shit.
Yeah, your bum hits a kind of chute and you're
Oh no!
sliding. But all of you are currently hanging.
And the fight's just carrying on above us?
The whole fight is carrying on above you. Go on, Anna.
So has Pluckers, the van, and the man that I'm fighting fallen into the hole as well?
Pluckers has fallen with Jacob.
But Pluckers is with me.
Pluckers is holding on to the nape of your costume with just its
So how's the wagon clinging onto the side?
the wagon's fallen too.
With its ambidextrous wagons.
With this wagon.
Yeah, but these are the questions which I
Sweet.
haven't thought about. But yeah,
And the man I'm
everything
fighting?
falls. They have. Let's double check this. Both fallen.
There was only one of them.
The Fire Knife and also the Zealot.
Fine.
So
Have fallen as
basically,
well.
it's like the end of Holy Grail. Cracks everywhere, we're all falling down.
Yep.
Jacob's a bit further than all of us.
Yep.
Wagon's gone. Pluckers is holding on to Nothing's back of her shirt. Like,
Yep.
but all of the rest of us are holding on. Enemies are falling down.
Exactly.
But the flight's still carrying on above us.
The fight is going on above you, and the rest of this like enormous battle is effectively ignoring you for the time being. You're just hanging over this precipice. Jacob, meanwhile, you are falling and falling and falling, and then you slam into the ground. Do a Constitution saving throw for me there.
Okay. Baby. Ooh, that's a bit better.
But you've basically been going down like a slide. Like it's not just a straight fall.
Oh, great. It's a filthy 20.
A filthy 20. Right. You are going to take half of this damage, which is going to be 4. So take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Not so bad.
He's a tough fella. He's a tough fella.
And it is pitch black down there.
The only one with night vision without night vision falls down the hole.
And that's when you hear the hissing.
But the fight is effectively over for the time being, unless you're re-engaging somebody. You're just hanging.
Fine.
I want Jenny. I want to go and
Some get
chat
back
to
up.
Mama.
Yeah. Jacob, meanwhile,
Yeah,
you are just in pitch darkness.
Take a-
but you do hear 2 thuds closer to splats, which sound like 2 other things fell after you. You don't know who they are. It could be your companions.
I take a torch from my pack and light it.
You see a dead Fire Knife. You see a dead Zealot of a Manator. And also you see rather beautiful ruins.
Oh.
You see engravings. You see just masterworks of art just emblazoned across the walls.
Okay. Do I recognise any of or do they mean anything to me? Like the look of these ruins or these engravings?
Yes. You see hundreds, maybe thousands of tiny symbols across all of the room in all directions. You also see like a door which would have led to a corridor if it weren't just full rubble caved in. And you can see that the symbols are little chickens engraved everywhere. There's a space on the northmost wall which is a different symbol which has some writing and some other iconography underneath it. And that is very clearly a depiction of the Mother Cluck. You see a kind of feminine figure with wings instead of arms.
Okay. All right. Looking up.
The script is goblin.
Okay, sure, but yeah, not legible. Looking up, can I see the top of the hole I've fallen down? No, way too far.
You can see that there's like a sort of lip from where you've fallen down. So the hole in the ceiling is not next to the wall. It's about sort of 20 feet above you, just like almost in the middle of the room, if that makes sense.
Well, still, I shout up. I've fallen, but I'm okay. And I look around and go, there are some kind of ruins down here.
All right.
It looks like something to do with...
Is this audible at all?
So 3 of you do a perception check.
Nat 1.
That one.
All I can hear is the clanging of swords and my own heartbeat.
And Pluckers. And then the chicken wings fall into
More
the satchel
wings.
while he's She's holding on to you.
I
feel a
too
little
rolled a
heavier.
20.
All right, so you got a
That one.
and nothing got a
I
20.
got 23.
I got a 6.
Did you roll?
Alright.
What did you roll?
20.
So we got quad wings.
Yeah. Oh no, were you
Instant-
doing that for my roll?
No,
Because I rolled a
it.
1 and you
Okay.
rolled a
It
20.
only
Yeah.
it only goes up to 6. So there are
So-
6 wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing you alone here, Jacob, below. Also, just do a quick wisdom roll there for Elena.
Oh, okay.
Just a 20.
Flat.
Yeah, flat's fine.
Yeah, 10.
Elena looks at the three of you, and then she nods to herself, and she lets go.
What are you fucking doing?
She just dropped down.
She just dropped down.
What are you doing, Eleanor?
Okay.
You call after.
I relay to team. I'm like, Jacob's down there, he's fucking fine, and there's something weird. And then my question to DM is, I currently have my 100-foot jump.
Yes.
Can I jump and cannon off the walls in order to jump down safely?
I mean, you can
Why
make.
are we all jumping down?
Because I just shouted to you, Jacob's down there, he says there's something interesting.
Let's
and
just
he's
get him
fine.
back up. And
Says Oscarin. What are you doing?
what are you doing? We go get Jenny Bleth.
We say to each other,
In answer to your question, what just happened was that the floor gave way,
yeah,
but now that the floor's given way, you can see that there's this sort of like sloped, kind of hole,
fine,
chute. You could make your way down rather than falling, if that makes sense.
fine, I see.
And you can see that. 100%.
So I was all ready to jump, but now I'm clinging on with one arm with the chicken. Well, what the fuck are we going to do then?
And ruins aren't going anywhere, are they?
Well, fucking
Jenny
he's down
Bleth,
on his own.
if we put, I want to have some words with Mum. We put her down there, and we're easy.
His accent's
Right,
back.
clear.
Look, I've got my daughter, but we need that milk, okay? I'm going back up there to get that milk.
Fucking hell. Fine. So I shout
Take
down.
Pluckers and take her down. Keep her safe. Oscarin and I've got this.
And I, with my free hand,
This is a famously good strat. What's happening?
Yeah.
But yeah.
with my good hand, I waggle my finger and go, no fucking way, I've already killed that bloke when I wanted to. So I say to Pluckers, do you think you can get down?
To the chicken.
Yeah.
Just with her beak closed.
Yeah.
Like clinging on, she just goes, eyes widen.
Okay, fine. Maybe that's not the best idea. Do I look like if I go down I can get back up?
You don't know.
You got a 100-foot jump though.
You've got no other information.
I've got a 100-foot jump, haven't I? Very true. Fine. And I go, see you guys shortly. And I slide down. I hand the chicken over, and then I prime myself for the 100-foot jump.
Just hit me with a quick athletics check there. Nothing.
Anime style.
Yes.
15.
15 is good enough for a controlled descent.
Yeah.
And you scrape all the way down until you're just at the hole leading into the room. And you can
Yeah.
see that there's a 20-foot drop.
Yeah.
And you can also see Jacob and 2 corpses.
Fine. So I relay the conversation that I've just had with them upstairs.
Oh, and also, before that even happens,
Yeah.
Jacob, you hear,
Oh, yeah!
I'm coming, Jacob! And you can roll an athletics check for Elena.
Okay, for Elena.
Yeah, or Eleanor. Sorry.
Any modifier on this? Oh shit, she critted.
She
20.
crits.
Yeah,
Yay!
not 20.
She firstly does a controlled descent and stops when nothing barrels into her. And then she falls. But it's not going to be a difficult fall. She can just land.
Okay.
That's fine, even though it's 20 feet.
And I stick my head through the hole and go, mate, we've got to get the milk, but then we'll be right back down. Can you catch the chicken?
Sure, absolutely.
And I swing Pluckers off my back, sort of holding onto the wall with my tail, one arm, one leg. And I say, you ready?
All right, yeah, got it.
And I drop her through the hole.
Great.
Thanks. All right, girl. And I look at Eleanor and go, that was very, very foolish. What were you thinking?
I'm with you, master. Sounds like Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I follow you, my savior.
Okay, you're going to have to work on the address thing there.
Tyr is with us today.
Yeah, sure, in this very, very dark cave. Look, we're going to have to work on getting out of here first before we come back down.
Yes, attack the room, the heathen. And she begins trying to set fire to one of the walls.
Again, the flames thing. I thought we'd covered this, to be honest. But no, you're not going to set fire to that. Also, because I don't think you can. So let's just work on getting back up. And I go, how do you feel about jumping about 100 feet straight upward?
I feel very good about that.
All right, you're going to need to eat one of these. And I
Okay.
start getting the wings out of Plucker's satchel. And I eat one and hand her one. You go, this might feel a bit weird first time, but it's good, trust me.
Okay, so she's going to jump 100 feet.
Yep.
Okay.
And so am I.
Here's what's going to happen with her first.
Right.
She's going to go first. Dexterity check.
Okay.
Just flat, no modifiers.
All right.
If it's lower than 10, she is not going to hit the hole.
Okay. Okay. All right. 16.
Okay, that's fine. She bounces up beyond the ceiling, up through the hole, and then you see her head reappear again, and she gives you a thumbs up.
Well done.
At that point, you hear voices coming through the wall, through where the rubble is of the door.
Okay.
And you can hear distinctly the deep rumbling growl of your father. Just so you know. So you know.
Well, he's down here with me.
He's through beyond where the caved-in door
Has he
is.
fallen for another little...
Okay.
That's what you can hear. Just in the meantime.
Growl. What?
Yeah, he's...
I've never heard my father growl.
This one does. He's got this like rich kind of
The
commanding...
muffled bass tones travelling through the rubble.
He's
Yes.
That's
my father. You recognise it.
I actually so then I actually
It's
look.
mine too.
I look at Eleanor and I'd say, actually, on second thoughts, either jump up and go and join the rest of our group, or you can stay there. But I've got something I need to do down here.
Stay in the middle ground. Tell her to stay in the middle ground.
Okay.
You shout down the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I make my way over to where I can hear that noise.
Keep Lucas safe.
Just do an investigation roll for me there.
This is really not Jacob's area.
Make your way to the door.
Nat 1, -1.
Right.
0.
You throw a passing glance at the symbols underneath. The image
Was
of the
that
mother
Nat
club.
one?
Is that that one?
Yeah, it's
We're
Nat
back
1.
up to
Okay,
6
so
wings.
yeah, fine, it's true.
About
Also
6
that,
wings,
but
but
yeah,
you don't pay them any heed.
yeah, they mean nothing to me.
Just scribble alongside the chicken things. Meanwhile, what are you guys doing?
I'm
I want to get back up.
climbing, trying to use my big 60-foot arm to heave myself up.
Just hopping straight back up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Back into the fray, fixing my eyes on that bottle of milk, and instead of relying on the trusty arm, just going to run up and just snatch it.
I shout after you. I think maybe we should try and do this together.
Nice.
Oscarin's go. I would like to hop up with my super arm strength back into the melee,
Yeah.
and having failed to grab Jennifer, Oscarin is just fairly frustrated at this point, just wants to get an answer out of it. He's just going to hit her instead. Going to try and do some non-lethal damage though, with a 60-foot arm.
As soon as you jump out of the hole, you see Merrick Tanan. And he is wandering the battlefield. He's sort of covered in blood. He is grinning maniacally. You've seen him this way a couple of times.
He's on it. It's away days.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
the away derby.
you remember
He's
that
gone mental.
he would thirst for that, rowdy bunch of lads in the
Yeah.
pub. He was just
He's
looking
one of
for the
the
fight.
They've gone on a Beano, haven't they? They've gone on a Beano to the Warrens.
And you see that familiar look, and he's got his bagpipes drawn, and he's like kind of wandering around, scanning the scene. And then he spots you with your engorged arm.
Yeah, this is awkward.
And he comes over to you and he says, "Look, listen, while we're here, my boy, I just wanted to say, because I couldn't say it back then, what Jenny said the other day. Well, your mum, I raised you, yeah? You might not be mine by blood, but you will always be my son."
And just look at him. Quietly. And then...
He goes, whoa, let go. Look, there is one thing actually that Millie did for me. And he holds up his hand. And you can see in his palm, in now very slightly smudged ink, with the sweat and stuff of his palm, you can see a runic inscription. And it looks like an incomplete ritual is being cast on his hand. It's currently inert. And he says, yeah, Milifanda, she's a priestess, you see, and she did this, and well, basically the way it works is if we touch hands, if the light that comes from it is green, well then you're mine by blood. We don't have to. What do you reckon?
Oscarin, slightly taken aback by this, is... I need no blood, Dad. You're my dad. Come on. You raised me. Alicia's rest. Those points. I'll pour a perfect flagging because of you. That's what I can do. You see me up on stage telling those crappy little tales. All because of all those people that came through the pub. I don't need none of that, Dad. get it off your hand. Let's go and have some fun. Come on.
He draws his hand back to clap you on the shoulder and he says, "That's my and a sword sprouts from his throat. And his eyes widen and he keeps his gaze locked on you, unable to say anything as he drops to the ground, face first, hands aside, and his bagpipes let out a single wheeze as they hit the ground. And as his body drops behind him, you see breathing heavily, wounded in the side, and with 2 swords drawn, one now thickly covered in
She's about to get punched.
Merrick's blood.
She's about to get punched.
You see Sylvia Wingman. And she says, "Sorry, were you having a conversation?"
Too fucking right we were, you fucking scat. And then
Meanwhile, just before you resolve this, what are the others doing? So you're still hanging down?
Cassius has pulled
Cassius is
himself
hanging
up.
down. Yeah.
And as he was bringing himself, he saw the reunion, and he thought back to the conversations that he had with Oscarin in those dark days of the Oscarin thinking about how he felt about his dad. And it touched him when he saw the reunion, and now as he's seen this murder happen in front of his eyes, he's scrambling to his feet to try and react, but that's where he is.
And as nothing has scrambled up, she's also seen the scene and she immediately tries to take advantage of the horror and get around the back of Sylvia.
nice.
She fucked with us one too many times.
All right. And that's happening as this happens. So she's standing before you, breathing heavily, and she says, "Jacob, where is he?"
And I want to offensively just like squish her, somehow maneuver the mechanics of having a 60-foot arm and trying to kill somebody who's next to you
Yes.
aside. I want to grab her and squish her. I'm just absolutely livid,
Yes.
fucking fuming.
So, in
So
actual fact,
futile.
the 3 of you can roll initiative.
Oh,
because she is, needless to say, not surprised. She's in front of you.
Oh,
Jacob, in the meantime.
I am trying to find the source of what I think is my father's voice.
Yeah, and you can see that the doorway covered in rubble. You can see cracks of light, clearly torchlight, just kind of peering through the stone.
I call out and say, "Hello, is there anybody there?"
And you hear a kind of rummaging, and then you hear, "Jacob? Jacob, is that you? It's me, it's Daddy!"
Oh, God damn it. Yes, it's me. Are you trapped?
Yes, we fell down here, my boy. Do you have a way out there? Should I come to you, or do you want to come to me?
Oh, I'll see if I can force a way through. Stand back. Stand back. Just move back a little bit. And then I'm going to try and clear the rubble with my enormous hand, which I think I still have probably for like a minute, maybe a bit less.
Yeah, you still got it, let's say,
Okay,
just for the next
alright.
minute.
And there was chicken inscriptions all over this carved wall, right?
That's what he saw. Yeah.
So, one of the ingredients lets me understand languages. Is that
Ooh.
right? Yeah.
Yes, it does.
The devil's tongue, quite.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Good pull, Dav. I have no idea. But yeah.
And you've got pluckers with you.
Yeah.
You're cool.
Yeah, no, I've already eaten one.
you've already eaten one?
Remember, I ate one to try to jump back up and then I decided not to.
As you kind of pull your fist back to bust through the door, you glance again at these symbols, and they take some moment to work, I guess, but they kind of rearrange themselves and you understand them completely.
Oh.
At the centre of the wall is the depiction of the Mother Cluck, and her arms are wide, or her wings are wide, and there's this like light depiction emanating from her. Beneath her is a chicken wing, and it's wreathed in flame. And there's writing and further symbols beneath the chicken wing. One of the symbols points towards the deity of the Mother Cluck, and there are several figures biting into a wing simultaneously, pointing up towards the Mother Cluck. One symbol points towards a chicken eating a wing, and then there's another arrow that points to a smiley stick figure giving a thumbs up.
Okay.
And then the last symbol points towards a stick figure lying down, arms crossed, and another stick figure is standing over it with a wing in hand. And then in the next frame, the figure with the wing in hand has snapped the wing into two, and the person who was lying down arms crossed is now standing up, smiling, giving a thumbs up.
Okay.
That's what you see.
Sounds restorative.
Yeah. Okay. Rejuvenating.
As you can understand the writing, you can see
So if you
that-
break the wing in half and then feet, is that it? Is that what...
You're not there, mate.
You're not
don't
there,
know.
mate.
Some sort of ritualistic
Yeah.
chicken ceremony.
You can understand the writing because of the wing, and it says the blessed spice confers one of three effects: transcendence to stand alongside the gods as an equal,
Okay.
ultimate healing of a curse or incurable disease, resurrection of a person or being that you knew in life. Snap the wing, speak their name.
Ooh.
Cool. Snap the wing. Speak their name. All right. Thank you.
I would add, and this might linger in the back of your minds, but probably in real life, recording wise, probably about 7 months ago.
Yeah.
There was definitely something in the journal of the original Mother Clug deity along the lines of the ascension or the use of the spice can only occur once every few hundred years.
Right. Okay.
And that resonates in the back of your mind.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you pull back your fist
Yeah.
and you punch. Did you know that you can both support us and buy yourself some fabulous dice paraphernalia? Look no further as we've teamed up with the Dice Dungeon UK. My own wife has a set of their Flaming Hands dice, and she had this to say about them.
I like them.
Check out their wares at thedicedungeon.co.uk and get a tasty discount using the code DRAGONWINGS. The others, though. What was your initiative?
18.
3.
11.
So hang on.
18 for Oscarin.
Oscarin gets 18. Nothing?
3.
Cassius, 11.
Alright. And ahead of you is Sylvia Wingman. Oscarin, you're up first. Toe to toe with Sylvia Wingman. She's
I'm gonna
brandishing
fucking
these two
do you.
swords. And Merrick is at your feet.
Can you bardic inspiration yourself?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can you?
No, you can't.
No. In that case, it is with the nugs where you get +2 to strength checks because strength determines your to hit. Presumably, with just a big fist rather than
We
dexterity.
said no to that. I think it gives you no.
Just strength
basically.
checks, not to hit. Yeah, fair.
Strength ability checks, I think,
Yeah, that's
specifically.
fair. In that case, 17 to hit.
Is a miss.
This is why I asked.
The old 17.
It's a swing and a miss. She does a rather nimble, like almost like preternatural sort of backflip. And as she lands, the facade fades and you see before you a drow.
Oh,
The
there
drow,
she is.
the drow from the consortium castle.
Yeah, Sylvia Wingman.
Yeah.
But you've seen this drop once before, and
Yeah.
now it falls utterly.
Does she look fucking badass?
She looks absolutely badass. She's got this obsidian, like coal black skin. She's got the shock of bright white, pure, fine hair, shoulder length. But she otherwise looks exactly the same.
And she's underground, but she's loving that.
She loves it.
Absolutely bums off being beneath soil.
Anything else?
In
Oscar?
Middle Earth.
Yeah, in Middle Earth.
Nice.
Not a Tolkien reference.
Yeah.
Just the middle of the Earth.
Yeah.
No,
Can't touch us.
that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is, when she lands, she cocks a smile and she puts something into her mouth. And her eyes start glowing this like kind
God.
of bright lightning blue. And she moves. Or at least you think you're about to see her move, and then she just disappears, and suddenly
sake.
she's in a completely different place, but the wind a moment later rushes past you. She just moved unnaturally quickly to position herself behind nothing.
Oh, shit.
And before you can react, you feel a couple of short swords swing and slash into your back.
Hold on. but they need to do 3 points of damage less
Nice.
Nice.
If they hit.
if they hit.
Do you have to declare that before the hit?
I have to declare. Oh wait, for damage. Yeah, so that. I got too excited again. If you're doing reduction to damage, you have to say it after the attack roll, before the damage roll has been called. If you're going to do the to hit roll, you have to do it after the dice has been rolled, before it's been announced.
Nice. So if this scenario occurs in a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
this is going to happen.
Yeah.
The first one's a crit miss.
Yes.
She's going to swing again for 14 versus AC.
That's a hit.
That's a hit! It's going to hit you for 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And do a constitution saving throw there, Melody.
17.
17 is good enough, which means you only take...
I hate when that happens.
I know, it's like, yay! Oh.
It's good, but
You're just going to take 2 points of acid damage.
Ooh, the 2 points of acid damage.
Yeah. And then she is going to suddenly move 30 feet away, still facing you.
no attack of opportunity.
No attack of opportunity.
Oh dear, we've got a error message on D&D Beyond. I'm just logging back in.
Okay,
Oh, we're
Cassius.
fine. We're in.
She
We're
hit
in.
you so hard, she logged you out of your character sheet.
Yeah. Was that 2 points of acid damage?
Yes.
Fine.
Cassius.
Seeing all of this melee taking place, Cassius has his still eyes focused on Merrick that's fallen to the ground. Can Cassius see any life in those eyes?
No.
Out.
He's face down, but his head is tilted to one side so that you can see his unstaring eyes.
Dead.
He is dead.
Okay.
Just healing word that bad boy.
Healing word that mouldering corpse.
Papa?
So
Nothing.
0 points or dead.
He is dead.
Okay. Then Cassius looks on the battlefield. How far away is Sylvia? Not Sylvia, Jenny Bleth.
Jenny Bleth is 60 feet away.
And bottle of milk still at her side.
Yes.
Nice.
And Hibu still circular.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Cassius is going to go 30 feet. Teleport, Misty Step, right by her side.
Yep.
Using his ungiant hand, just stealth, like ultimate stealth, because she hasn't seen it coming. Take it away from her
Okay, do a stealth check.
with advantage.
So many stealth checks this game.
With
So
that Misty
few
Step?
successes.
I think because she's in battle, she's very, very her defenses are up, mentally. So she's looking for people to attack her. So it's not going to be with advantage, but it's against her perception.
I'm going to use my last luck point.
Okay.
Oh,
She gets 15, just so you know.
I got 4. Well, 6.
so that is enough, or just want to?
She notices you, and she is in combat now with everybody.
Yeah, so I'm right there.
But you're next to her.
That's it. And that's my turnover.
All right.
Go wind up that big arm.
She says, "Oh, the warlock."
And I said, oh, the bitch.
Sassy.
Next is nothing.
So she's directly behind me still.
Yeah,
Fuck. I'm just going to wheel around.
but she is like now 30 feet away.
Fine.
She like zipped over, zipped away. She moved super fast, super far.
I'm going to wheel around and aim at her as best I can with Whisper. And that is
Twang.
17 to hit.
It is a miss.
Fuck. Is she now 30 feet? Is she still engaged with me?
Yes.
She does, yeah, fine. I'm going to absolutely backflip into disengaging.
Nice. You backflip.
Peace.
Yeah.
Anything else? Nothing.
No.
Hibu.
Hibu is circling, sees that I've teleported, and he's going to swoop in and again try and get that milk bottle so that Cassius can just have at Lady Bleth. So self check on him. But flyby, he just takes it.
he just flybys. I don't think there was a save against this. I'm just going to say that Hibu can do this.
So flyby is like he has no opportunity to attack.
Yeah,
So
I'm just going to say that Hibu can do this. It's a little bit kind, but I'm going to say Hibu can just do this. Hibu grabs the flask.
and can he lift it though? That's the question.
How much can an owl lift?
I don't know.
What sort of owl is it?
That's the
It's
bottom weight, the same
a
as a
fiend
Vol.
owl that I've created out of magic.
Tiny creature?
No,
Small?
small.
Owl.
Might be tiny.
Carrying, lifting weight.
So if it's a Scops owl, I reckon it would be tiny. They're really little. If you went with an eagle owl, those cunts are massive.
They're big boys.
Point off.
They'll take it.
point
They'll
off,
take. Does it weigh
Point
more or
off.
less than a cat? They'll take like a cat. Do they take a small dog?
Yeah, I'm just going to say the owl can do it.
Yeah.
The owl, like Hibu, like strains and struggles.
Tiny owl.
And the
And
flask.
you say Matt Mercer's good? Ian's better.
By just saying yes. the flask tilts, and Hibu kind of struggles to the ground.
Drags
the
it
flask,
on the ground.
like drags along the ground. The flask falls over. The milk starts to pour onto the floor.
Oh, shit.
But before it's all gone, enough ballast has been like let go, and Hibu takes off again with just a small amount of milk left in the
Yes.
flask.
Lovely.
That takes to the skies.
That's enough. That's all the milk you
And
need.
telepathically say evasive pattern gamma 3.
What a bold choice there.
Affirmative, sir. Says Hibu. Meanwhile, down below deck, Jacob, you punch through the wall, and you see your mother and father there,
Marta and Pater.
both of them. You also see just a pile of dead allies. Les Orques Glussons, you see a couple of them there. You see an automaton that's been neatly sliced in two with the sharp edge of a rapier. That really makes sense. And you can also see a couple of the wearing the colours of the temple city of the Mother Cluck there.
I go over to my mother and I say, Mother, are you okay? How are you faring? And completely ignore my father.
She swings her rapier to one side, and a bit of blood and a bit of oil flicks off of it. And she says, "Oh, I'm fine, dear. Don't worry about me. But silly, I haven't seen you for years. Why must you dilly-dally with these commoners?"
Well, and I give a meaningful look at my father and say, because I was thrown out of our family and our home by my older brother and him, I didn't want to leave, but I had to.
She says, yes, but that's because you were being so common, Jacob. We had a vineyard with your name on it.
But I told you I didn't want anything to do with wine. That wasn't what I was interested in. He didn't teach me anything except how to fight. He didn't teach me anything about how to be a good person or a good man or how to treat people. I had to learn all that for myself, and I had to do it in the worst possible way.
Your father isn't looking at you when he says, well, then why did you insist on Tyr in that silly arena?
Because the arena, that came because I had no idea what I was doing with myself. And as I say, all I knew how to do was swing swords and hammers, and that was the only useful thing you've ever let me know. And Tyr saved me from that and made me a better man. Nothing like you've ever done.
He says, you are no longer to carry the martial name. I have no son,
Fine by me.
apart from William. Who is still my son. And in the corner you hear, thanks, father. William's in there as well, you see.
Fine by me. I want nothing more to do with you.
And your mother says, no, please, he's still a boy. And he just grunts and still hasn't made eye contact with you, Jacob.
I help her up.
She was already up.
Okay.
Yeah, she was already up, but she just was cleaning her rapier, basically.
You help her even more. You lift her in the air above your head.
And what are you doing here? How are you tied up in all of this?
She looks from you to her husband, Lord Marshal, and then she lets out a heavy, ragged sigh, and she also looks away, not making eye contact with you, looking in the direction as your father.
Well, he's tied you up in this, has he? He's not spent the rest of his money. What's he done?
They're not saying anything. They're just pointedly ignoring you. William, also not looking at you, just looking at the ground, but he's sort of hugging his knees in the corner. He's pretty pathetic looking, but very toad-like sort of.
So the whole
features.
family's down there.
Yeah, the whole family's
Apart from
down.
nothing.
Apart from nothing.
Love me, yeah.
William is just stifling a chuckle hand over his mouth, but in like this wide finger spread sort of fashion, very insultingly, just
I look at him and I look at my dad and I say, if you'd met me 5 years ago, you'd both already be dead. But right now, I've got one more thing to say to you, and that is, I forgive you. And I turn my back on them and I walk away.
Such a good guy.
as you walk away, you see your mother biting her bottom lip, stoic. You see a single tear form and fall from your father's eye. But that's the last thing they say to you.
Yes,
This
I'll
is
head
a
back
hard
up.
Carry.
Meanwhile,
Hard carry by Jacob
Yeah.
right now in terms of the story.
up above, Sylvia's swinging her swords in front of her, and Oscarin, it's your go. She's kind of bouncing from side to side.
One of those swords gets really fucking hot. And she needs to take a Constitution saving throw.
All right. She's going to get 5.
And she drops the sword because it's too hot.
All right.
Yes.
There you go.
That's great.
Nice.
I like that a lot.
Next is Sylvia, and she yelps.
Oh, also she takes some damage from that as well.
All right.
She takes 12 points of fire damage from that as well.
Fucking nice. 12?
Yep.
Yes.
She doesn't save against it or anything.
Nope.
Jesus.
Love that.
That's really nice.
Is that heat metal?
Yep.
It's a good spell, that.
Nice.
There's a lot of metal in medieval fantasy as well.
Yeah, right.
There's lots of things to heat
I
up.
presume she's wearing like leathers. rather than-
Heat plutonium.
Yeah. I presume she's wearing leathers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. But she yelps and she spits and she says, "Tell me where Jacob Marshall is. I shall have vengeance for my brother." And she kind of stammers on that.
Can I be attempting to jump back up that hole and get into this fight?
Meanwhile, yeah, you can make your way back into the room and you can see the hole above you.
Okay, cool.
You can attempt in a moment to get back through. We'll resolve this first. She runs forward and she's going to try and hit you, Oscarin, with her remaining short sword for 11 versus AC. And then she's just she's going to try and strike you across the face with her backhand. Hang on, that didn't roll very well. This time for 19 versus AC.
Yeah, and before she does that, I'm just... Couldn't catch a cold off, couldn't even hold on to your own sword! And she's going to do 5 points less damage to me.
She does no damage to you.
Yes.
With that.
Just a little.
But Cassius and nothing you can see Oscarin fully. This basically, I mean, as a bard, you're not like a sort of warrior up in the grill. But you can see Oscarin handily parrying, exchanging blows with Sylvia Wingman. Next is Cassius.
With his giant 60-foot hand,
Yeah.
he's just and now that he sees that Hibu's taken the milk and is just flying away back to the where the wagon was, where the entry point into the ground is, and where everyone else is. He's just going to turn back, make it like I guess he has to disengage from Jennifer.
Yes, because you are next to her.
Yeah, so I'm going to let her take the opportunity attack.
Okay, fine. She's going to take that. It's a crit miss.
Yes.
She misses. She's completely distracted.
So ducks out of the way of her whatever she throws at Cassius, and he makes his 30 feet back, and then just 60 feet smashes into Sylvia.
All right.
With his giant fist to push her. And the aim in this, it's not meaning to, but what I want to happen is smack her down the hole, falls down, sees Jacob, and then
Cover it up.
yeah,
Fight.
cover up with Mulder.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, you're going to try and push her in. Damage or
Just
push?
smash her.
Has to be one or the other.
Okay, just smashing.
Grapple is a movie.
Damagey. I want to damage her.
Damagey?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not going to move her.
Okay.
Effectively, but okay. Go for it.
To hit.
Yep.
That's bad.
Any more luck points?
No.
He's all out.
I'm gonna spaff him out.
Quick long rest here. Good spot.
A little sit down.
10 to hit.
It's a miss. It just misses.
Size.
Commander rolls out of the way.
Yeah.
Size shakes off his hand and he's like, "You've done good." And is it a time or can he just at will shrink it back?
It's time.
It's time. Yeah. I think we
You
said
can't
like.
turn off the high.
No.
You've got to ride the
You've
trip
got to ride it
out.
out.
I think we
Ride
said
the
like
trip
10
out.
minutes, didn't we, for those effects?
Yeah.
So yeah, like 10 minutes. You still got it basically.
Okay. He makes his way 30 feet. That's where he is.
Nice. Next then is Lady Jenny Bleth. And she's going to turn and you're now sort of
Oh,
looking.
hold on. How's she already gone? Because she went to stab me and then slap me. And
That
then-
was-
No, that was Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Oh, wait, there's two of them.
Lady
isn't there?
Jenny Bleth, yeah.
Yeah,
Your
sorry.
mum.
Yeah,
Your
my
mum.
bad. My mum.
Mummy.
Osgaren's mum turns around and she levels a bejeweled hand
You gonna get
towards you.
son.
Yeah.
And she is going to fire off a like a bullet of energy towards you. 17 versus AC.
And Cassius looks back and it's going to hit him.
All right.
But he holds up an arm and it's his, like, this arm that's taken
It's got crusty.
this crusty,
crusty arm.
crusty stony effect
Yep.
on his
Excellent.
Like that's really bad. Great eczema. That's,
I can produce eczema at will.
that's only started to like.
Under special abilities, you've just put
Eczema. Always the same.
That's only started to really appear since he's been underground, and it's spreading. The bad eczema is really spreading.
Yep.
And he holds it up, and this shield erupts around him. He's never seen this energy before.
Impetigo.
Exactly. And the spell just bounces
What
off
sort
him.
of effect? Are we talking like Independence Day nukes on the shield? Are we talking like Star Trek?
We're talking about Independence Day.
Like whoa.
Yeah.
They like wobble.
They wobble because he's just for the first time he's ever done this, and this power's just come to him. He's cast shield, and it's just bounced off it.
Nice.
Nice.
No damage, no
Reaction.
effects. Great.
Real nice.
She curses under her breath as another.
And I
two-
say to her, like, quickly as a rebuff, I say, trying to attack me when my back's turned. And also, by the way, the love of your life has died. Perhaps you should put an end to this.
She says, "The love of my life," and she notices for the first time that it's not that she can't see the Wizard X, is that she's accidentally been walking and fighting on him this whole time. And she lets out a scream and she says, "No! X! X!"
And I said, I didn't mean that scumbag. I meant Merrick, the real love of your life.
She says, "Oh, yes, Merrick."
The father of your child.
Something like Taran.
The father of your child.
Tinaf. And she just shrugs.
She doesn't give a shit, mate.
You fucking harlot.
But she looks down again and she begins shrieking crazily at the corpse of the wizard beneath her. Next, nothing.
So, I am going to go for Sylvia,
Yep.
who is still engaged.
Just evaded a massive hand.
Yeah. Oh, again. 11, 12, 17 again.
It's a miss.
Um,
Lots of 17s coming her way.
yeah. Fuck.
Anything else?
No.
All right. Next is going to be Hibu.
I hate this.
Hibu.
Hate this.
Sensing that there's no safe place here, just goes high
Yep.
and circles, just like out of range of everything,
Yep.
to the cavern, just like perches up, just keeping out of danger.
Just looking around.
Holding pattern.
Here's what Hibu relates to you. It's that nearby, but in the fray, Jan Yakov Tingelhammer has been overwhelmed by half a dozen half-orcs, just climbing all over him and just stabbing him over and over again with their daggers.
But they're our
spears
friends,
and
right?
This
swords.
is fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they
This
are.
is fine, yeah.
And Jan Yakov Tingelhammer, the head of the Chicken Consortium, goes down under them. And from
Mandel.
Hibu's point of view, it looks like Tingelhammer's gone. Just so you know.
Hard rip.
Hard rip.
Yeah.
And
About
where-
60 feet away from where you are right now.
Splash one.
But through a punch for other people, yeah.
Okay.
I presume Hibu only communicates in like military radio talk.
That and
Splash one bogey.
that
Like,
and tech speak.
nice.
So it's like splash
Smiley-
bogey,
emojis.
emojis,
Smileys,
yeah, smiley
yeah.
face.
That's for bogey. BRB.
Yeah.
winky tongue face.
Yeah.
It's at that moment that a little human paladin pokes his head out from the hole.
And yeah, I haul myself up over the lip
And you're there. It's your go. You're now at the bottom of the initiative.
All right. Okay. Where's Sylvia?
Sylvia hasn't noticed you. She's about 30 feet from the hole. Fully distracted by this massive engorged warlock.
This throbbing.
For want of a better term, yeah. This engorged, throbbing warlock. And also nothing, just firing off bolt after bolt at her.
So I have advantage attacking her.
She doesn't know you're there.
Exactly. So I have advantage?
I reckon so.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to not say anything and just run up and try and smack her with my still huge arm.
Okay. Yes.
Still huge? Yeah, still huge.
Still massive.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Sweet. Oop, that won't do it. That might. That's a 21 to hit.
It's a hit.
Sweet. In which case I do 12. That's good.
I thought you're not grappling her.
No, I'm just hitting her.
Oh,
Hitting
right,
as hard as I can.
Got it.
12,
Got it.
19, 23 plus 29 points of damage.
What's that say? Look at that. What's that second number say?
It says 23.
How did she die, Jacob? What does this look like?
Fuck. Okay, I hit her and then I keep running over to her and catch her as she goes down. And I look at her as presumably she is dying or has
As the
died.
lights go out.
As like as that right, and I just say, "This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted." I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what I did to you and your brother and your family. I'm so sorry. And I let her body
And then you
drop to the
try
ground.
with 2 massive fingers to close your eyes, but they're too big. You're just like smushing her.
Even though your hand is massive, it's like, you know, when somebody like gets skewered and they just pull themselves towards the person holding them. She like, your fist has gone through her torso, but she's pulling herself like, along your fist, along your arm. Jacob Marshall. And she's like swinging her weapon ineffectually at you, and she says, "You killed him, my brother, my only love."
I just lay her down on the ground and I just say, I'm sorry. I really am. But it's over now.
She says, "I will have my."
No, because her kid's still alive, mate.
Which one? Sure. Which one was their kid?
Dimitri.
Oh, little Dimitri Wingman. Yeah. Yeah.
But she dies.
I look around. How pitched is this battle still?
It is towards the end.
All right.
You can see groups going around dispatching others, and it looks like the Fire Knives have lost.
Okay.
An increasing group are rounding on Jenny Blair.
Okay. Can I just shout out, enough! Lay down your weapons. There's no need for anyone else to die. This battle is over.
Dragonwing.
Thanks for listening. Check us out over at Dragonwings Pod on Instagram and Twitter if you like nerdy things, pictures of us, and news about the podcast. Also, we would love a review on your podcast platform of choice, so please keep those coming in too, and we'll catch you next time.